Hey guys, it's Alam. Welcome to the third part of my Minecraft Creative Farlands project update series. Today's video I'm going to be showing you guys the Fringe Lands in my Minecraft Creative map. So without further ado, let's head to 29,600,151. So, which is really 8.1751 times 10 to the 48 blocks out in the x-axis. So right away you'll see the first stage of the degrading. I built the first stage of the degrading right here. There. And so you see this one comb-like structure down here, not a comb-like structure, just a three pillars every 4 blocks. And this is actually unintentional. But yeah. Here's a really here's a structure more similar to a comb down here. But now let's head to 29,700,000. Okay, see that I put us on those position signs here. And of course the biome fill in these farlands aren't actually supposed to start here. This is once again unintentional. I will actually fix that later. But yeah, let's head to 29,700,000. 150 and then 1. I need to be higher up in the air. So now here's the second stage of the degrading. 8.576 times 10 to the 48th. Or more precisely, 8.57662 times 10 to the 48th. And you get many more comb-like artifacts. And the tops of the train become much thinner as well. As the equivalent of 12,500,000 so on a better rotation. Now let's head to 29,800,000, and then 150, and then 1. So that'll put us. So now that'll put us at the real position of 9.176 times 10 to the 48 blocks out in the x-axis, right here. And I actually meant to put 127 for the y here. Doesn't matter. So here I built the third stage where the farlands really thin out. And giving way to mostly strips of land and some comb-like structures. And dotted line, forming a one-dimensional cross-section of the sky grid. So now let's head to 29,900,000. 100. Well, now we can do 100 on y-axis. So this will put us now at the real position of 1.0299981,089 times 10 to the 49th blocks out. Where the terrain finally thins out into just 1 block lines. Which actually continue all the way out to double the distance, to double this distance, where some thinnings out at about 18.352 quintillion. All right. So now I'm going to show you guys. So now let's head to 29,600,000 in the x-axis, and then 150, and then 12,550,800. So you once again see the first stage of the degrading here. And this air gap here is again unintentional because I just copied and pasted the old Farlands material from that I actually built when the top was still at 118 or 119. And I just copied and pasted the tops up 8 blocks without filling the space in between, making this look kind of like the other variants of the Edge Farlands. but I will fix that. So over here you will see the shredded version of the Edge Farther Lands. So now let's head to the Z. So now let's head to the Z Fringe Lands. So we're 25,800 on the x-axis, and 150 on the y-axis, and then 29,600,000. So on the z-axis, I did it a little bit differently. So here, 29.6 million is actually equivalent to 9.1764 times 10 to the 48, rather than 8.1751 times 10 to the 48 on the x-axis. And the reason for this is because of something that I will show you guys a little later on in the video. Over here, you will once again see the fringe variation of the edge farther lands, and there is a bit of a gap here. I have to fix. By the way, does anyone know how to fix these lighting glitches on water? Things get better. Now let's just use a night vision potion to visually fix the lighting glitch visually. You will see the first stage is degrading on the z-axis here. Right here. Now let's head to 29,800,000. This will put us at the real position of about 10.299 quindecillion blocks on the z-axis. Same position as the one block lines on the x-axis. Because I haven't built the fringe farther land over there yet here, unlike in the last location that I showed you guys. But note that there are significantly more comb-like structures. And the tops are much thinner. There. So now let's head to tilde 29,850,000. So this will put us at the real position of about double the distance of the first stages of the degrading. And the snow here was actually part of my original idea for the biome farland, which I replaced with the endless forest from the beta versions. But you will see that the terrain is much more resembles a sky grid now. So now let's head to tilde 29,070,000. So this will put us at the real position of about 40 quindecillion blocks. The sky grid is slightly thinner, but not really noticeably thinner yet. Now let's head to tilde 29,900,000. So this will put us. So now our real position is 10 to the 50th blocks out on the z-axis, where the sky grid is much thinner. Now I haven't built the end of the sky grid on the z-axis yet, but it turns out that 5.64 times 10 to the 50th is actually not the end of the farlands on the z-axis. Just yesterday, I actually found that one strip of the sky grid is still generating at 10 to the 51 blocks out on the z-axis. Or 10 times the distance of the terrain I built here. So let's put another position sign here. Actual position of this sign, x 12,550,752, z 1.0 d50. So now let's head to the corner Fringe Lands. So here's the point where the top layer disappeared. Note that I actually built this a couple months ago before. Oh, so the layer at 104 is not solid here. Let's actually fix some of that right now. Layer 8, 104, and then I go through 6, grass, block. There. So we see the end of the top layer here. Around 44.8 septillion blocks out on both axes. Now let's head to tilde 10,000. Tilde 10,000. So now you'll see when the new rebuilt solid layer 104 finally gives way to the sky grid. Here, and of course, here it looks much more like the Sethling map. I will eventually build the thinning out sky grid in the corner too, like by a few hundred septillion blocks out. Typically, only 1 or 2 layers of the sky grid will remain. So, yeah, guys. Let's now head back to spawn and do the outro to this video, and also take our night vision because we don't really need that anymore. So yeah, guys, that's about all I've got for today. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell and click on all for all notifications. And I'll see you guys in the next Far Lands project update video.